Good morning, Lewis. I'm Frankie Corso.
And I'm Brandon Najera. Thank you for joining us today for our last episode of Good Morning Lewis of the 2025 spring semester.
Can you believe that I have 2 weeks left until I'm a senior?
That's crazy.
And you have 2 more years.
You know, it is what it is. I'll get through it.
I actually was driving here this morning thinking, I'm going to be 22 years old and a senior, and I have to tell people that, and that's disgusting.
You're up there.
I'm getting old. I'm starting to become ancient.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Let's start by checking out the latest trending posts. Mine aren't that good this week, I'm not gonna lie.
Mine are always fantastic.
No,
hopefully you get them.
That's not true.
This is my first one.
See, this is
so this
the problem.
weekend, Canelo's gonna fight. It's because, listen, ma'am, you don't get it. It's like a holiday when this guy fights.
I know, but you have to read the room.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I like it. That's good enough. This is like a holiday. Whenever Canelo fights, people don't even watch fighting. They're watching him fight.
Who is
like,
this?
He's a Mexican boxer.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't watch this stuff. This is me. Let me tell you why. Because my name is unique, and it bothers me when somebody's like, "Hi, my name is Frankie." No, it's not. No, it's not. Nice try. That's my name. It really bothers me.
Are you just gonna battle it out with the other Frankies, or what?
I just am the only one. Really, it's that
I don't
simple.
think so. This one, people think that 100 men could take out one gorilla.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I'm like, gorillas are
Brandon,
big. They're
that's
huge.
100 men. Like, think of 100 ewes.
That's one gorilla.
Think of 100 ewes.
They're
though.
throwing people in half. They're throwing people around. If I'm number 99, I'm not going. I'm going home.
I think we're going to disagree on this one per usual.
I don't think so.
This is my dog for real because my dad makes popcorn a lot, like stove popcorn, and it's the greatest popcorn in the world. And it'll be like oil and salt in the pan. And she's like sitting and begging for oil and salt. I'm like, girl, this would kill you, but
Yeah,
do your thing.
I don't think my dog does that.
Oh, begs?
Yeah, not really. She just kind of chills, walks around.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of hang out.
So you're just better than everybody else, apparently.
Maybe.
All right, on to our TikToks.
Guess we'll have to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just keep looking at...
Oh, it's on there.
Is this yours?
There we go. Yes, it is.
I actually had a Rottweiler and a French Bulldog, and this is how they were.
I had a Rottweiler when I was little. His name was Grizzly.
Grizzly?
When he was like a baby, he was like fat, and he'd walk around like this.
Oh, he was a waddler.
Yeah, but this one's funny because he's just like getting thrown around. He's a little sweater.
Rottweilers are scary.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Of course, we're disagreeing. Shocker. All right, and then on to my TikTok. This is how I felt these past few days when the weather was so nice, because I was sitting outside tanning thinking, wow, I haven't done any homework in like a week and a half.
It feels nice. Like the nice weather hits, I'm not doing anything.
The second nice weather hits, I'm like, it was fun talking to all of you, but school's over for me now.
That's exactly how I feel. Next up, we share some feel-good stories sure to brighten your day.
Down in Kentucky, there's one very lucky man who has earned a high reward. James Farthing has made lottery history by winning the largest lottery ticket in the state of Kentucky. He won the highest ever Powerball jackpot and expressed his plans to save some of the money for himself, but to give most to his mother. Even though Farthing still needs to bring the ticket to Louisville to be verified, he has the ticket to prove it and the numbers to match the winning numbers. Farthing bought the ticket at a Clark's Pump and Shop along with some candy like he usually does every day. Farthing explains he buys lottery tickets every day mainly because someone is bound to win. Farthing also shares the real reason why he's giving most of the money to his mother, and this is because he says he has made bad choices in the past. It was a big stress toward her, and God has been good and blessed them.
On the rooftop garden patio of a hotel in Atlanta, a family of geese with 5 goslings were stuck. The mother and father were trying to relocate their goslings to the pond below, but due to the goslings not being able to fly just yet, and the pond was 4 stories down, Mom and the goslings were walking back and forth trying to find a way down to Dad. To the family's luck, a longtime volunteer of the Aware Wildlife Center came and saved the day. If you happen to find yourself in contact with any wildlife, be sure to first contact your state wildlife department or local wildlife rehabilitation center before approaching the animal for not only your safety, but for theirs too.
Oreo has announced they have big plans to bring a new cookie flavor. Starting on May 5th, Oreo will present the new chocolate-covered pretzel Oreo. The secret is the cookie has a chocolate cream placed between two pretzel-flavored cookies topped with salt. According to Oreo, this cookie is the first ever sweet and savory cookie and will be limited edition. Not only does Oreo plan to have this new flavor, but they are also planning to have the new Irish cream thins, mini bars, and loaded cookies. Up next, we will show you what's new at Lewis U. Stay tuned.
The Ray Strong Foundation was created about 4 years ago. It came after, as a couple, we had our first child. She was born at 24 weeks. She weighed 1 pound, 12 ounces. Then she proceeded to spend another 4 months in the NICU. That was the time that she should have been growing in the womb. During the 4 months, we visited her daily and we got to sit down with the doctors and the nurses, and the amount of medical knowledge and what they can do to make sure that your child survives is amazing. And just the experience, it was nothing we could have ever been prepared for. So emotionally, we became very tied to the micropreemie world. And that was when we decided to create a foundation with the goal of trying to give thanks back to the NICUs, the nurses, and then also provide any sort of emotional or financial help to other families that might experience what we went through.
We've had the opportunity to host over 40 events, celebrating micropreemies, fundraising, and bringing awareness to micropreemies and their families. When you get a chance, check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or our website at raystrong.org. Donate, and thanks again for all the support.
Thank you.
I know kids worry about.
For over 50 years, WLRA has been on air showcasing countless students. As the first all-digital college radio station, Lewis University students are given access to industry-leading equipment. Equipment that commercial stations utilize, equipment that creates, and equipment that brings radio to life.
I like WLRA because it gives me the opportunity to get experience with news broadcasting and working with radio.
Stop by De La Salle 210 or at WLRA Radio to get started on your radio.
It is a new day for jobs and careers, and the skills needed to compete are rapidly changing. This is why more students are choosing Lewis University. Lewis prepares you for emerging opportunities in some of the most highly sought after fields. Higher education is the most crucial investment you can make in your future. Lewis provides you with a lasting education that will launch you towards success today and strong growing careers of tomorrow. Begin an education that will pay dividends for a lifetime. Learn more at lewisu.edu.
Today I'm here with Quinn Haywood, who is our technical director on Good Morning Lewis. Quinn is here to discuss his new position as the new general manager of WLRA. Thank you for joining us, Quinn.
Thanks for having me on, Brandon.
And being named the 52nd general manager of WLRA, where does your love of radio come from?
My love of radio definitely comes from my parents. Growing up, I didn't have an iPad. I wasn't an iPad kid, so my options in the car were to sleep or look out the window and listen to the radio. So I definitely chose the latter and listened to the radio and looked out the window. Some cool clouds were seen, but also better music was heard. I got to listen to that and hear just collection of different songs, different music tastes. My mom had a Carrie Underwood CD in the car that she would put on. I remember going to Costco or Sam's Club, and they had you get custom CDs with your name on them, and they sang the song to you.
What?
Yeah, I have no idea where they found that, but sang songs to me of children's songs.
When was this?
I don't know, early 2000s, big dog.
That's crazy. Is there anyone who inspires or motivates you in radio?
I would have to say that my peers definitely, so you included, you definitely make me strive to be the best I can. And then I would also say John Kerry and John Kilpatrick, I know they want the best for me, which in turn makes me want the best for WLRA and for radio, so they definitely motivate me to keep pushing and moving forward. I would also say that even being on the LUTN side of things with the television, Tracy Hemingway has been a big help in pushing me towards achieving my goals and moving towards wanting things to be better, so they definitely motivate me even outside of radio, just in general.
I mean, those are very good mentors to have, really. And where do you see WLRA in the future?
So obviously WLRA is going to be around after we graduate. We got 2 more years. I see WLRA just continuing the success that it's been built upon. I know in 2 years we'll have the 55th anniversary, so that'll be the first year that we're out of college. So it'll be nice to like come back and see what the 55th anniversary is doing and see what new improvements have made. I know we're going to get a new board for our production studio too. We also are planning on renovating and doing like a glass studio, so where you can view it from the outside, and it's all glass and it's a big fishbowl, so you get to look and knock and make fun of the DJ who's on air. But you're gonna be able to do that. So I think that's where I see WLRA is being all glass, super high tech, staying at the forefront of the technology of the radio world for college students.
You know, the glass thing concerns me a little bit. You know, people are just looking at you, I feel like a monkey in the box.
Yeah, they're just gonna knock on it and make fun of you. They're gonna poke at you and go, "Why are you playing this song?"
Now, you know, you're the 52nd general manager. That's a long line. What do you hope to accomplish during your time?
I really hope to bring in more students. I think that in recent years and then since COVID, it's been hard to garner an audience and maintain a consistent viewing and listenership for WLRA. So I hope to bring back in students who are at Lewis, and then also looking at prospective students. So connecting with the local high schools, Romeoville High School, Lockport Township High School, even Mattia Valley, who came out a couple weeks ago and did like a tour of the school and got to see what it was like being in the communications program. I'm gonna reach out to them, do some of their sports at the school, so football, basketball, and put them on the radio so they're live and have all the students do it with one of the college students going out there with the equipment just to make sure we can get it back at the end of the day.
I mean, that sounds really ambitious, but it's a great idea, really.
It's a big plan, but I think that the people I'm gonna be with next year can definitely help me achieve it.
Yeah, and what do you like most about college radio?
What I like most about college radio is there's no wrong way to do it. I'm a big person who, if I make a mistake, I'm critiquing myself afterwards and knowing exactly what I did wrong. But there is no wrong way to do college radio. So you can have music play, you can do talk shows, you can play podcasts that you've had. And I think that's what makes college radio so much fun, and what makes me love it the most is that there is no wrong way to do it. And I think that's one of my favorite things.
All right, so you're like big on creative freedom then?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy just being able to do things like whenever I'm ready to do it, I can just do them. And then it also lets the individual person shine out. Like each radio show is different from all the DJs we have.
And as we say goodbye to our technical director, Quinn, sadly, what's been your favorite memory of Good Morning Lewis?
Good Morning Lewis specifically, my favorite morning is probably whenever there's an error and we're trying to fix it in the control room. It's super fun, and like obviously it doesn't look as well and it's something to critique afterwards, but it's definitely fun to see how everyone kind of bonds together to try and fix the mistake, and you have all hands on deck trying to get it fixed. So anytime that happens, and then I think my favorite memory is the ongoing joke that you and I have of me randomly switching to your camera when Frankie's talking, or when Frankie's talking, and I have your mic up, or I have B-roll playing and it's supposed to be your turn. And I think that's, the ongoing joke is probably one of my favorite things about Good Morning Lewis.
It's always surprised when things happen like that.
I mean, never perfect, but you know, I try.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Quinn.
Thanks for having me. I'm really gonna miss you guys, but I'll be around. It's not like I'm going 5 feet away to the control room for WLRA in those offices. So far,
It's pretty far.
I'll have to come visit though. I'll try and make time in my busy schedule for you guys.
Let's hope so. Well, thanks again, Quinn. Coming up next is Keeping Up with Christian Kluver.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
For over 50 years, WLRA has been on air showcasing countless students. As the first all-digital college radio station, Lewis University students are given access to industry-leading equipment. Equipment that commercial stations utilize, equipment that creates, and equipment that brings radio to life.
I like WLRA because it gives me the opportunity to get experience with news broadcasting and working with radio.
Stop by De La Salle 210 or at WLRA Radio to get started on your radio career.
Good morning, Flyers, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with Christian, where I keep all of you updated with the upcoming events, what's new and trending, and the latest hits here and around Lewis. It is our last episode of the semester. Summer is right around the corner, and I don't know about y'all, but I am so excited. We have approximately 2 weeks left until our much-deserved break, so let's kick it into gear and finish out strong before finals week. Even though we are wrapping up our semester, of course, Lewis is slammed with fun events to take part in before summer break. Today, the rock and jazz band concert will be held from 7:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. in the Studio Theater, room 229. Rock out, then mellow out during this entertaining concert that combines rock band and jazz band into an unforgettable evening. Also today, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Alpha Psi Lambda will be hosting La Fiesta, a party to introduce themselves to the university. All are welcome to attend and join in the Darcy Dining Room for this night of fun. Painting with Tracy will also be held on Wednesday, not our Tracy from LUTN. However, come and relax and enjoy this painting session during this week's community hour, taking place in the Flyers Den. And on Thursday, again, Alpha Psi Lambda will host a popsicle fundraiser. The fraternity will be selling popsicles all throughout campus, including the Academic Science Center, LRC, Lewis Memorial Hall, JFK Recreation and Sports Center, the Oramus Fine Arts Center, and the Student Center. Stop by and cool down and support our campus. And on Friday, the Asian and Filipino American Students Union will host an end-of-the-year potluck and karaoke night. For dining this week, today Courtyard Cafe will have St. Louis-style twist. They'll be serving St. Louis hot dogs loaded with savory toppings and Midwestern flavors. Plus, don't miss the pop-up at Charlie's Place featuring Higar's Kitchen, serving authentic Indian cuisine from ancient recipes. And on Thursday, LA-style hot dogs will be served at the Flyers Den, loaded with bold toppings, grilled to perfection, and a burst of West Coast Cali flavor that you won't want to miss. Also on Thursday, as always, Tasty Treat Thursday will be held from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Darcy Great Room. Stop in for fresh pastries, treats, tea, and coffee all throughout the day. And on Friday, we're bringing the Big Apple to campus. Stop by the Courtyard Cafe again, this time for New York-style hot dogs, classic, bold, and loaded with flavor. Don't miss this tasty hot dog special this week. And of course, with summer approaching, I'm sure so many of us have plans to hit the city with friends. On Friday, the Chicago One of a Kind show kicks off the Merchandise Mart, located at 222 West Merchant Smart Plaza, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy a showcasing of unique goods from local creators. And on Saturday brings the Chicago Spring Market for Makers to Artifact events, which will be held at 4325 North Ravenswood Avenue in the city. And this event will take place from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., featuring local artisans and craftspeople. And on Sunday, the Nightmare Weekend Convention takes place for all of you that like horror at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois, offering a 3-day celebration of horror, culture, and celebrity guests and themed events. And lastly, the famous Chicago Cubs are on the road, facing the Pittsburgh Pirates from today and Thursday, then traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers this weekend. Hopefully these are great games for the Cubbies and we take home a win. And to end out this episode, let's talk about some special events happening this year. I Love Lewis Day will be taking place on Thursday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is such a pending and exciting event for all Flyers to look forward to, so make sure you join on the green for a fun day of food, friends, and a celebration of the end of the year with fellow Flyers. I can guarantee you it's going to be very busy, so definitely show up and hang out. On Sunday, the Run the Runway event will be held at Lewis University Airport from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This event will be in either 1 or 3 mile fun walk or on the runway. There will be vendor booths, food, a DJ, raffle, and each participant will receive a swag bag and a t-shirt. This is an inaugural fundraising event for two very important clubs on campus, Women in Aviation, which we've actually had on Good Morning Lewis, and the Women Air Race Classic. So definitely be sure to stop by and support our aviation program. That is all for this semester of Keeping Up with Christian. Tune in next semester for all the updates on all the upcoming events, what's new and trending, and the latest hits here and around Lewis. Have a fun and safe summer break, Flyers.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
What are you looking for?
That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this last episode of Good Morning Lewis of the spring 2025 semester.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the fall semester.